Hey everybody, Will from Studio Zombie 3D here with another quick video at the Anycubic Vyper. This time I'm just going to cover my calibration routine. Right now I'm running Firmware 2.4.5, a custom one I made. I'll have links below in the description if you want to download and try it. We're going to take a look at the E-Steps, Flow, and Linear Advanced. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a ruler and calibrate our E-Steps. First, make a mark 100 millimeters from the end of the Bowden tube going into the extruder. Just like so. Alright, next we're going to jump over to my octoprint interface and we're going to extrude 100 millimeters of filament. Alright, first thing we're going to do is bring our hot end up to temp. Next, extrude 100 millimeters of filament. Once the filament is done extruding, we're going to take a look at where the mark ended up. As it's extruding, we'll see it go through the filament runout sensor. It should appear just before or just after the tube. Alright, so where we ended up here is 7 millimeters. It's a little hard to tell you in the video, but next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump back over to the computer and do a little math. Alright, first thing we're going to do is check what our current E-Steps are on the printer. If this is their first time calibrating, it should be 405. Right here. Alright, next let's bring up the calculator. First thing we're going to do is we're going to type in 100 and divide by our result, which was 93. Next, we're going to times that by our current E-Steps, which is 405. That's our new current E-Steps, 435.48. So jump back into octoprint, and we're going to send an M92 space E435.5 and hit enter. Then we're going to send an M500 to save. Next, just to make sure it took, send an M503. That'll give us our current settings. There we are, E-Steps ready to go. Alright, next we're going to slice a single wall cube. I'll have a STL file in the description below. Once we loaded the file, we're going to set our layer height to 0.2. And then we're going to scroll down and we're looking for spiralize outer contour. And we're going to set all our flow to 100%. Next, we'll go down. Disable support, it shouldn't print any. And then click Spiralize Outer Contour and Smooth Spiralize Contours. Next, slice and save the file. Next, I'm going to jump back over to my octoprint and print the cube. And here's our cube printing and finished. Now take a set of calipers and measure your cube walls. Right now this cube averages about 0.54 millimeters and our line width was set to 0.4. So we'll use 0.54 as our average. Next thing we're going to do is jump back over to our computer. Alright, now another quick bit of math. Bring up our calculator and point 0.4 divided by our result 0.54. This is going to be our new flow, so 74%. Go into your slicer, into flow, and put 74% as your flow. I like to put my infill and initial flow a couple percent but higher. Alright, now flow's done. Let's move on to linear advance. I'll put a link in the description for this page. First thing we're going to do is change the printer name to Vyper. Change our nozzle temperature to 200. Change our retraction to 2.5. And then continue down to the bed size. First enter 250 by 255. Now for the speed, most of this will stay the same. Just double check and make sure with your slicer. I have my retraction running at 45 millimeters a second and my acceleration at 800. The rest you can leave alone. Now, in the pattern, the only thing I'll change here is I'll click Print Anchor Frame. Now, click on Generate G-Code, put a file name in, and download the file. Next, just load that file onto your printer via octoprint or the SD card and print it. Make sure your bed is nice and level for this. And back over to the Vyper, we have the linear advanced calibration pattern printing. Now what you're going to be looking for is straight, smooth lines. No lines that start thin, get fat, and then get thin. Once the pattern's finished, it'll print a set of numbers beside, and those are what you're going to look for your K values of the linear advance. And our pattern's done. It's a little hard to see on the Vyper print bed, but for my printer, the best settings are between 0.45 and 0.55, as I marked on the screen here. Next, jump back over to octoprint or pronterface. Next, we're going to find our K value, M900. Next, enter M900 space K0 dot, in my case, 0.55. Hit enter. Next, send an M500 to save the settings. And then again an M503 just to make sure our settings took. And here we are. Alright everybody, and that's my calibration routine. You're ready to start printing. I'll cover Juncton Devieation a little bit more in a future video. It replaces the classic jerk setting. And as always, thanks for watching the video. I hope it helped you out a little bit. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how your Vyper's working and if you've had a chance to try out the custom firmware I've compiled. Thanks for watching everybody and take care.